Over the past 10 months, I've helped coach guys from working jobs they hate, watching their weekdays disappear, living for the weekends, to literally working from their phones, working remote from wherever they want to, living their life on their own terms that they actually want to live. I've been in Dubai, I've been in Thailand, I've lived in Bali, I've run a retreat in Morocco, helping all these guys come together and see what life actually is like when you can work from your laptop or your phone in a remote country and do it from wherever. And what you've got to understand is every single person I've helped has started from zero income and managed to scale to a point where they're able to do this travel and live where they actually want to. And this video is here just to explain literally what changed for them, because I'm going to tell you exactly what had to happen before they started, what had to happen in their mind to make them realize that, okay, they understand what appointment setting is, but why do they need me and why do they need to do it? I'm going to be completely honest with you about the fact that I'm going to do the same thing to you right now. So, quick context on who I am, why this is worth your time, and why it's worth actually watching this. My name's Oscar, I'm 21. 10 months ago, I was in exactly the same position as you. I dropped out of school, dropped out of college, was working a dead-end job. I competed for Team GB, but I quit that as well. And realistically, I started all of this with no network, no connections, no resources, and not really any clue on what anything was at all. So, fast forward down the line to where I am now, I help guys start the journey exactly how I wanted to. I used the techniques that I would have wanted to learn, the resources that I would have wanted to learn, and realistically I break down what has to change within your mind before you start something like this so that you can be successful. In my opinion, there's three things, and that's what this video is about today, is that I'm going to break down and talk through the three things that have to change in your mind before you're able to actually not just start this journey, but start this journey in a way that you're going to actually be successful and not just join, sit around, do a little bit and not actually get anywhere, but really truly succeed and become something for yourself. And to be honest, if you truly understand this, you'll realize why people don't take action and stay in the same position that they are. And you'll realize why some people do and really succeed. And it's really important that we break down these three concepts so that you are in the best position before really jumping into anything and understanding who you truly are as a person as well. And realistically, this video will just show you why some people do actually take action and change their lives, but why most people don't. So in my space, and for me, that means why does appointment setting actually work? Why appointment setting? Why not drop shipping? Why not Amazon FBA? Why not trading, crypto, anything like that? Why is it the right move now to start high ticket sales, specifically appointment setting? And it's asking that question of, why is this any better than any of the other things that you've watched videos on? Why is it better than SMMA, dropshipping, all of that bullshit? And here's what I honestly think about it. Like, realistically, you think about it, there's thousands, tens of thousands, if not millions of coaches on Instagram selling all different things, selling programs for $3, $5, $10, $20,000. And they constantly need a flow of qualified leads in their calendar, where they're able to sell them these courses, able to sell them this information, and they're not going to sit there and do that, are they? All day, every day. They've got 100 DMs coming in a day. Do you really think a coach is going to sit there and reply to everyone? They're going to want to coach themselves and do the actual fulfillment side. So someone's got to step in and be that person in the DMs, book those qualified leads, qualify them in the first place. And so if there's so much demand and so much opportunity out there, is it really unlikely that appointment setting is not going to work for you, or just not work in general? Because what we've got to understand is, if there's a massive demand but little supply, right, there's not really that many appointment setters. Ask yourself, how many appointment setters do you know? I bet you couldn't name many. But if I ask you how many online coaches do you actually know, you could probably name off 20, 30, just like that. But what we're really asking is, if they don't want to do it themselves and they want someone else to do it, there's got to be an incentive towards it. There's going to be pay. And normally this comes in form of commission. And if we're talking about things like a $5,000 ticket, where their course is $5,000, and you're on 10%, that means every time they do a sale, you're going to be earning $500 straight into your pocket, with literally all you've done is send a couple of DMs. That's as simple as appointment setting gets. Like, obviously there's a lot to learn, and there's ways to do it that you get better, but the process and understanding that appointment setting does work is very easy to wrap your head around. It's when you start getting into the fine, minute details of actually what is appointment setting, how can I get better, how can I do this to the best of my ability to maximize commissions, that we get into the nitty gritty stuff. But the idea that appointment setting actually works is very easy to see when you make the understanding that, God, there's how many people doing online fitness coaching, for an example, and there's not many of me doing appointment setting. So as soon as you realise that people are getting paid for this, what you've got to ask yourself is, if someone's getting paid, why not you? And if we break down and look at what appointment setting actually is, we're looking about reaching out on Instagram. You're starting genuine conversations. If you can do that already, then why aren't you? Why aren't you getting paid for it? It's more than likely breaking down because you don't know how, which is where someone like me steps in and shows you. But if we look actually at the intricacies, you're going to book them onto a call, they're going to close the call. Well, sometimes they might close, sometimes they might not, but you're going to get paid on commission on what you actually do. It breaks down appointment setting into a really nice niche where the only variable on success is yourself. You look at other things to drop shipping, you've got costs, you've got to pay for ads, you've got to pay for your products. Something might go wrong, you might get scammed by a manufacturer, and then suddenly you're draining money, you're bleeding money. And as a young entrepreneur, that's not really a position where we A, can afford to be, and B, where we want to be. We want to be making as much as we can. We want to have the highest margins, have the best opportunity to make it out really, and get to that point where we can live the lifestyle that we've always dreamed of. And for me, it definitely comes from appointment setting because there's no costs to it. We just keep sending messages. It's nice and easy, but it's almost guaranteed results because you know that if you put the work in, you're the only variable that can change. And that's the best thing, is that everything comes down to you and the effort that you put in, because it's not a fading trend. Like, let's be real, everyone and their nan is building a personal brand, and everyone's got to understand that these personal brands need monetizing. And when something's monetized, it means that they're going to be selling something. And when someone's selling something, they need someone to run their sales. And if they need sales, they're going to be selling a program. And if they're selling a program, they're going to need appointment setters, because someone's got to be in their DMs converting leads into booked calls. The market's not going to go away. If anything, it's going to get bigger. Like, we're in a space where social media is booming. We all know that. It's where you've seen me. It's where you're watching this video on. And that means the demand for setters is only going to go up. So now, even if I've convinced you, like, appointment setting is the right model, you understand that it does work, and you truly believe that it's the right thing to do for you, and you truly believe that it actually does work, there are so many people teaching this. There's Superior Setters, RGS. I'm not afraid to name them. So what you've got to understand is, why me? Why do you want me to coach you rather than other coaches? And that's a question that comes in point 2. So let's break it down. Why me? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm better than the others. I'm not going to sit here and say anything bad about them. What I will tell you though is that I started this 10 months ago, not 5 years ago. The market's always changing, and I'm fresh in this. I know what it's like at the moment. I know what it's like to be in the DMs. I know what it's like to be on the dials. I've been there. I've been in your shoes not very long ago. But what I have done is made a fuck ton of money in the DMs for people and a fuck ton of money on the dials for people, to a point where I can tell you that I can get you to exactly the same point, if not better, because I understand exactly how to do it in this current market. I now manage sales teams, so I actually teach setters on the job, improving them all the time. Manage closers as well, but that's something completely different that we'll go into. And what you got to understand is, truly, this is my speciality. I can teach you how to get your first client now, in today's market. Not what it was like in 2021, 22, when the market was completely different and cold outreach would work every single time. I can show you exactly how to get a client in today's format, in today's world of online sales. And let's be honest, I've been exactly where you are now. And I don't mean that in some vague way. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I worked exactly the same job as you. I didn't. I more than likely didn't work the same job as any of you guys. I was a lifeguard, so for any of those lifeguards watching, I know how it feels. But it's not like the I used to struggle too way. I'm not going to sit here and say that. What I mean is, I was scrolling the exact same videos as you were. The exact same videos as you're literally watching now. That was me. I know what it feels like to watch these videos and think, ooh, is this the right thing for me? Do I do this? Because I know exactly what it's like to try and figure out what to do with your life. Know exactly what it's like to not actually know exactly where you want to go and have a plan outright to say how to get there. And what we're talking about here is understanding that I built this community for a reason. I built this community to show guys that didn't think the normal path was right for them, that there is another way, an alternative, some way of making money so that you can go traveling, see the world. I mean, I've run retreats now. We've just done one in Thailand, just come back from that. We did one in Morocco for my birthday and another one of the community guys' birthdays. And it just keeps happening. We've got one going on in a couple of days' time in Bali. By the time this video comes out, they're probably out there. I might go and join them, who knows. It's all down to the fact that this is just a group of lads who truly realised that uni or a 9 to 5 or whatever they were supposed to do wasn't the right path for them. And they realised that there was better opportunity out there online. But at the end of the day, we're all still lads. We all still have a joke, we all still have a laugh. And we also go away and have these lovely retreats where we actually get to meet each other in person, live with each other, do degenerate stuff. You can still be a normal teenager, 20-year-old, whatever you want to be, but we just make money online during it. That's literally what I wanted to create. And that sounds like actually what you want, not just the income that's attached to it. It's the opportunities and freedom that comes with it. That's why you buy from me. That's why you buy from someone who gives you the opportunities to do that and pushes you to do that. Not just someone who's there saying, oh yeah, I can help you make 10k a month. Because I can do that. But I'll give you the lifestyle and help you get there as well. We'll help you in any way. And number 3 is the hardest part. This is what actually separates people from making no change to making the one decision that will actually change their life for the rest of it. That will actually change the direction that they're going on and improve it for the better. And this is what we talk about when we say someone might watch 10 of these videos and never do anything with their life, or one of you might see this video and go, you know what, Oscar, let's jump on a call, let's talk about this properly. Because number 3 is that you believe this is actually possible for you. You believe that you can actually do this and make this work for you. Realistically, it's not believing that it's possible in general, not possible for someone in a better circumstance, someone who's got more time, got more freedom, got more money, older, younger. It's actually possible for you in your position right now. Because I can guarantee you that it is, but what I can't guarantee you is that you truly believe it yourself and you're going to take action on it. Because you can sit here and say, oh yeah, I believe I can do that, Oscar. I believe I can do that. But you can't say that wholeheartedly if you're not going to take any action. Like if you're not going to actually try this, you're not going to work on yourself to get to a point where you can try this, you don't truly believe that this is possible for you. And belief is the hardest thing to get because it lives within our own head. We question everything, we're skeptical. And because it lives in our own head, we can't logic our way there. I can't show you a stat or I can't show you a mechanism or anything like that that's going to make you go instantly, yeah, I know that's possible completely for me. It's something you've truly got to believe for yourself and understand that this is a great business model and it's a great business model for you. The thing that I can do for you though is I can tell you some stories. I can show you what some of the guys that work with me actually do and get up to. And I mean, right now we've got 14 guys that are currently out in Southeast Asia, all living together. And 3 months ago, 6 months ago, some of them were working normal jobs, working jobs that you might be working now. I mean, we've had Alfie who literally ran it up straight away. He's been out there in 2 months straight away. We've had guys make 15 grand within their first 6 months. We've had great turnaround stories. But I mean, it's their stories and it's now your opportunity to make your own and do the things that you say you want to do instead of just sitting around and letting other people live the life that you actually want to live. But I also tell my version of my story because I think it's a more powerful thing to do than to pretend I had it easy, to pretend that it was all great sunshine and rainbows for me, because I remember being sat in my bedroom thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Is this going to work out? And now I've traveled the world, I've seen loads of places, I've been able to help other people change their lives, and it's really that ability to see the perspective of not everyone thinks it works straight away, but people try, and you think it is possible because you've seen other people do it. But I still had those same thoughts of, what if this doesn't work? What if I've wasted my time? What if I just dropped out of everything, quit my job for something that doesn't work, for a business model that isn't showing me the results that I wanted to straight away? But the difference between me and the guys that disappeared, faded out of the industry was I stuck at it. I kept going and it turned my life around. I was able to literally quit my job and 2 days later be on a plane to Bali, and it was having that confidence and that backing of myself that I have to make it work. I will make it work. 16-hour days are okay because it will lead to days where I only have to work half an hour. And most people want to feel certain before they act. And I'm here to tell you that it will work out, but it'll be hard. The difference between me and the guys that didn't stick it out wasn't that I had more confidence, more talent, more anything. It was just that I continued to work and I kept going. It was because I made the decision to do it first and then found the evidence that it worked second. I kept trying until it did work. I didn't quit. I didn't stop until it showed me that, yeah, this is sick. And most people want to feel certain before they act. They want to know that it's definitely going to work. Just see everything before they actually do. But you've got to understand that certainty comes after. You have to act first, else you're never going to see any results. I'm telling you this because if you're sat at uni in a course you hate, or sat on your lunch break at work in your 9 to 5 that you don't want to be at, don't let uncertainty stop you. Don't let that be the sign. Use it as the sign to start and find out that it does work, instead of just being the guy that sits and watches other people do it. Because I can tell you it's exactly how everyone in your shoes felt before they started. And every guy that has started now knows that it does work because they've acted and found out for themselves that it does work. Right, I want to go a bit deeper on something because I genuinely believe that understanding this will change the way you look at making action. Because there's 5 steps of awareness, 5 stages that you could be in that will affect how ready you are to actually take action. And realistically, if you know that this works and know that it's going to work for you, you understand that, you'll fit into one of these 5. And understanding where you are will help you know what to do next. Stage 1 isn't where you are, because stage 1 is unaware. It's when someone doesn't actually know what appointment setting is. It might be your friends, your family, explaining to them what appointment setting actually is as you start to make the changes to do appointment setting. These are the conversations you're going to have with people that are in stage 1. So completely unaware, they're not the ones watching this video. We don't need to think about them other than when it comes to us having the conversations with them. Stage 2 is problem aware. It's that person that sat maybe on their Saturday shift in their job thinking, there has to be something else. There has to be something better than what I'm doing right now. He hasn't found a solution yet, but he's started to see like maybe my lifestyle content, seeing what I'm up to doing during the day, and realizes that the life that I'm living is the life that he wants to be living as well. And he wants to find a way to actually get to that lifestyle. He sees the retreats with the other guys and wants to be part of it. He sees the freedom that I live and wants to do that as well. He sees the lifestyle, the LARPing, if you want to call it that, and wants to understand truly how that's possible. And what does he do? Stage 3 is solution aware. He's started watching some make money online content. Maybe he's looked into SMA, drop shipping, looked into crypto. And while he's considered drop shipping, he's now watching this video and thinking, oh, maybe appointment setting, I'm comparing it to everything else. Maybe it's the right move for me. And he's starting to understand that there's a better solution out there in high ticket sales than the other stuff that he's looked at and the other stuff that he's watched throughout his journey of watching loads of YouTube videos, if you understand. He's now stumbled upon my page and watching videos on appointment setting and understanding truly why it's the best model right now. And these videos are here to convert this guy and make him understand that, yeah, appointment setting is the right move. It's what I want to be doing right now. Stage 4 is product aware, and it's probably where most of you are sat. Well, I hope you sat there by the end of this video, because you understand that appointment setting is real. You know what it is, and you are now choosing between who you want to learn from and who you want to move forward with. And by the end of this video, you should want to move forward with me, because I've shown you exactly where I can take you from working that job or being in that 9 to 5 or sat at uni not wanting to do any of it, and truly understand that I can take you to the point where you're living the freedom and out on the retreats with us, because that's what I want. I want to see you guys out in Thailand, out in Bali, wherever we're going to run a retreat. And I want you guys to be sat at the end of the table with me, all laptops out, all on our phones, making money through appointment setting, and you guys learning whilst you're at the retreat from the masterminds and the talks and the other guys that are going to be there. Stage 5 is the most aware. It's necessary a buyer, and it's where most of you should have moved up to throughout this video. You're ready to truly commit, truly start, and understand that I'm the right person to learn from. Most of the people watching my videos on Instagram, on TikTok, on all those pages are about a stage 2 or 3. And then most of you that have made it this far on this video are about a 4 or 5. And it really begs the question of, what do you do now you've reached that stage? You're in the position where you understand that this is the right model, I'm the right person to learn from. You've moved from the stage of, oh, that's a nice lifestyle, to, oh, what's appointment setting, to, shit, I want to start appointment setting, all the way to, Oscar's the guy I want to learn from. So what's actually the next step to learn from me? Because if you truly understand that I'm the right guy to learn from, you're going to want to connect with me and get on a call pretty quickly. And that's what we can offer. I didn't plan for this video to get that far, but genuinely, guys, if you do want to talk, just drop me a message on Instagram or something. But since we're here, if you've been watching this space for a while, if you've been enjoying my content, watching what I've been getting up to and what the guys in the community have been getting up to, here's what I want to tell you now. There were 3 things that I genuinely needed to believe within myself before I changed my life around, and they were the 3 things that we covered in this video. They were that this model works, the person teaching me I genuinely believed in, and I wanted to live the life that they were living, and also that someone like me who dropped out twice from school and college, quit professional sport, quit pretty much everything and failed at everything in my life, could genuinely succeed at a point of saying, at online sales, and make something of myself. So if you want to talk about what getting started genuinely looks like, if it's what you now know you need to do, there's a link in the description. You can book on for a call with me or my team. And what we can also do is have a chat in the DMs, just message me on Instagram, and we can start to uncover the best route into this for you so that you can start living the life that you want to and you know you actually deserve. And as always, guys, if this video was useful, if it was something that you actually enjoyed and watched all the way through, drop a like, subscribe for the next one, and honestly, boys, reach out, because if this is what you want to do and you know you can do it, you've got nothing to lose by sending me a message.